If you're taking the LSAT in 2 months, it's time to buckle down and get to work. Hey, what's up everybody? Steve Schwartz here from LSAT Unplugged, joining you today to share your 2-month LSAT study plan. Before I get into it, a little bit about LSAT Unplugged. We offer live online classes via Zoom, on-demand video courses, small group coaching, and one-on-one coaching. Check out the links below this video to find out more and to book a call with me and my team. We'd love to help you out. So the reason I'm making this video is that I know a lot of you out there are taking the LSAT in about 2 months and you're looking for guidance on how to structure your LSAT study schedule. Now, to be clear, I don't recommend allowing only 2 months to study, so hopefully you've been doing some LSAT prep prior to watching this video, or else I'd recommend delaying your LSAT test date to allow a sufficient amount of time to study. Typically, I recommend minimum 3 months and ideally 5 to 6 months to achieve your fullest potential on the LSAT. Of course, you can do it in less than 5 to 6 months, but 2 months might be cutting it a little bit close. So hopefully you've allowed a little bit of time already to work on your foundation, and now you're getting into working more on your pacing, drilling weak areas, and finally endurance. There are overall 3 major phases of LSAT prep. First is accuracy, second is pacing, third is endurance. I'm going to assume that you already have a lot of the accuracy phase down already as you enter your final 2 months before the LSAT. Now, the accuracy phase, to be clear, it's about working on your foundation, building that strong understanding of the different sections of the exam and the different question types. So logic games, you have ordering games and grouping games. Logical reasoning, you have necessary assumption, strengthen, weaken, sufficient assumption, and so on. Reading comp, you have global questions, local questions, inferential questions. Hopefully you have some basic familiarity with each of those sections and question types so that now, as we enter the final 2 months, you can move on to pacing and then finally endurance. Pacing is where you do individual timed sections to figure out how you allocate your time throughout the section. And then finally you have endurance, doing full-length timed practice tests in the final weeks before the exam. So if you have 2 months remaining before the LSAT, I'd say spend the next month working more on your pacing, doing individual timed sections. Maybe you start building up towards that full exam by doing 2 timed sections back to back. And then as you finish the end of month 1, you then switch gears and focus more on taking your first full-length timed practice test, then your next, and so on. Maybe if you're feeling pretty confident, you take 2 weeks to work on your pacing and the final 6 weeks or so to work on your endurance. If you feel like you need a bit more time to work on pacing, maybe you allow 3 to 4 weeks to work on pacing, and then just that final month to work on endurance with full-length timed practice tests. Now, I do recommend that you take at least 10 full timed practice tests before the big day. That could be roughly 1 per week starting now, between now and then, or it could be maybe you're doing closer to 2 per week between now and then, so you can get more under your belt so that ideally test day itself feels like just another practice run. Now, I do recommend that you take as many of your timed practice tests using LSAC's Law Hub Advantage system because it is the only one that exactly replicates the look and feel that you'll experience on LSAT test day itself. No other platforms are even allowed to look identical to what you'll experience on test day. So if possible, do them all in Law Hub. Of course, if you have special accommodations and you're going to take it on paper, taking it on paper is totally fine. But no matter what you do, take those tests strictly timed with the exact timing you'll have on test day. With standard timing, no accommodations, it's going to be 4 35-minute sections with a roughly 10-minute break in the middle. Some people, of course, have time and a half. Others have double time, but 35 minutes per section is the standard timing. Now, if you know anyone else who's taking the LSAT in the next couple months, looking for guidance on their study plan, mapping out their schedule, please do me a favor, share this video link with them. I don't do any paid advertising for this channel. I rely only on word of mouth to help get the word out, and I'm looking to help as many folks as possible get the highest LSAT scores possible and get into the best law schools possible. So please do me a favor, spread the word. It just takes a minute, and it may change the trajectory of someone else's legal career. Anyway, folks, that's all for now. I hope you found this helpful. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.